it.
Okay, we are live. Hello, Mastering Your Mindset community. I am back for another edition of our Wednesday Win. This week I am joined by Mandy, and I'm so enthused because, we'll get there, but Mandy's had some incredible wins happen in her business recently, and I'd really like to talk to Mandy about her journey and share that with you in the community. So Mandy, thank you so much. I'm so happy and grateful that you get to join me today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, it's
Well,
my
I could talk about TIR like all day. So I love being able to discuss this with you and share it with the whole community.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we're gonna keep it to not all day.
No, definitely not.
I get it though. So let's start with just talking a little bit about where you were before you joined us, before thinking into results.
Okay, so before thinking the results, I had a successful network marketing business. I had reached a lot of like the big milestones that I had set, but I started noticing a pattern where I would get so far and then something would stop me. There was some big goals that I was aiming for that I always came so close to reaching, but I couldn't get to that actual finish line. So I was having success, but also missing a lot of the goals as well. So
Yeah.
yeah.
What was it that attracted you to TIR that made you jump in?
It's funny because I had taken part, like I had heard Danielle talk, like I think a couple years before I jumped in. And I was checking my email one day and I got this email and I got the urge to sign up for this free course that she was having. And as soon as I heard her talking, like I was riveted. I actually turned off all my stuff. Like I listened and did what she said. I played full out. And it was just everything that she was saying made complete sense. And I knew that she had a lot of the answers that I had been searching for.
That's awesome. Were you hesitant at all to join us?
Yes, so I didn't join that first event. I had just reached a big milestone promotion with my company. And so I thought that, okay, I'm good. This free course was good enough. And I left it. But then I was still in the same cycle that I had been in previously. And so the next time she had a course, I jumped in and I had to do it. I knew it was for me. So I jumped in and scared.
Yeah, and that's what most people jump in scared, right? And I often say to people, if you're not like, you should be scared, because the
Mm-hmm.
bigger the risk, the bigger the reward. And this is really, when we go through the lesson, we talk about the terror barrier, which is, you can talk to your success ambassador if you have any questions about that. But it really is, that's the first, your first step is busting through that terror barrier. And on the other side of the terror barrier is freedom, right? It's everything
Oh,
that you want.
yeah.
Let's talk about that. So what are some of the kind of the biggest shifts that you found with in your, personal and professional life through this work?
Oh my goodness. It's such like everything. It's like it's in a good way. Like the course she just did on metamorphosis speaks to it so much. It's like I had to let the caterpillar die so that I could become the butterfly.
Yeah.
And that really is actually like my team logo is a butterfly. So like that has been an inspiration for me for a long time. And it's like I finally stepped into it with with the help of everything that I've learned over the last like 9 months or however long it's been.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
But it hasn't just been your business. Like,
No.
how's it rippled out into other areas of your life?
Well, a lot of it has been like we used to make all of our decisions based on money. Actually, jumping into TIR was the first time I think my entire life I made a decision not based on money, which was a freeing experience all on its own. It was one of the best decisions I've ever made. But we've started to buy things based on want. Like we did a fence this year, and everybody knows the thing about this year and fence and lumber. And we did our patio. Originally it was like, well, we'll do one or the other, and we jumped in and we did both. And then my husband actually also um through being inspired from me has manifested his like a job that he's really been searching for, and he's had 4 job changes over the last year, and it's all been for the better. So
That's awesome.
it's definitely been affecting a lot more than just my business.
That's so cool. And I think one of the key things that you said there, which we hear Danielle say so much, is it doesn't have to be this or that. It's
Mhm.
this and that. It's the fence and the patio.
Yeah.
It's joining TIR and doing this, right? Like it doesn't
Mhm.
have to be, and it's breaking out of that mindset where it has to be one thing or the other. And
Yeah.
that's, I know for myself, that's freeing in so many different ways, personally and professionally. So that's really,
Oh,
really cool.
it was it was a big shift for me.
Yeah.
It definitely,
Yeah, that's really cool.
yeah.
So you just hit a pretty exciting milestone in your business last month. Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh my goodness. So, if you're not in network marketing or direct sales, most companies have like it's a big year incentive to earn a trip somewhere. And so this year I earned my trip for the first time ever, which was absolutely amazing. I know um so I have tried for the trip for at least the last 5 years and always missed it. Um because of TIR, I was able to use all the tools that were given, and I was able to earn, I think it's like a third, like a quarter of it in a month and a half, just by using the tools and going through TIR. I was studying and reading and listening, and I just used all those tools and ended up reaching it with 10 minutes to spare. I put
Yeah,
my last order in 10 minutes before the deadline
that's
to earn
awesome.
my trip. So
Now, now earning your trip though, were you working harder or working smarter?
I was working a lot smarter. So although I was pushing to get it done, I took a lot of time where I was just relaxing and spending time with the kids and the family and doing things. And I found like when I was doing that, I would get the intuitive hits. And thanks to TIR, I recognized those intuitive hits
Yeah.
and then I followed them. And they're definitely what led me to the
Yeah.
goal for
And
sure.
that's, it's funny. That's what we talk about so much. It's working smarter and not
Mhm.
harder, working
Yeah.
intuitively. And even, in Metamorphosis, Danielle was talking about slowing down to speed up. And that's exactly it, right? And we, um, I know for me before this work, I was a go, 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 like, hard work paradigm, to the T, doing all of the things and but getting nowhere. And it's really about learning to tap into those tools that we learn through thinking and results so that you can work smarter and not harder. And I
Mhm.
I listen to people share like something that used to take them 4 hours now takes them 40 minutes, or it's that's what it's all about, and that's what this work does. So you know
Mhm.
people say they're too busy for this work. What do you say to that?
What do I say? If you're too busy for this work, you need this work more than anything.
Right?
Is what I say to that
Yeah.
for sure. Because it is like you think the time management it was a key to for me. It was also this work was able to take what I already knew. Like I knew how to run my business, I knew how to support my team, I knew everything I had to do. I was able to easily teach it, but I wasn't putting action behind it. And learning the things that we learn in TIR really shifted that for me. And it meant that I could work a lot less. I was no longer beating myself up about the things I wasn't doing. I was able to see the big picture and actually take the action steps that I wanted and have all the extra time with my family that I wanted to,
Yeah.
on top of studying. So,
Yeah.
like, that's if I can fit it into my busy day with 3 kids, then anyone can do it.
It's true. That's that is there's so many people that I talk to, and it's time and financial freedom is what they
Mm,
want, right? And that
mhm.
is what this course gives you. I mean, for me personally, I now get to work around my family,
Yes.
right? And be present and work from home and be an entrepreneur, retire from corporate, so that I have that balance in my life. And there's so many people you hear, that's what they crave, and that's what this program will give you. It's this and that, right? It all goes back to this and that.
It is both. You don't have to sacrifice your family to have a successful career. And especially us as women, like the last year has really shifted that for a lot of us to get our priorities in line. And I feel like my favorite part was with the program was that it was step by step. Like it literally took me like this, and this, and then it got me to the results that I wanted. And those results were, and it was a big part of like the balance because my kids are varying ages and they're only going to grow up once. So I want the success, but I also still want to be the Mandy and the mom that I want to be. So
That's
yeah,
awesome. That's
it
awesome.
was a gift. Yeah.
So what would be one piece of advice that you would share? We have a lot of people in the community who want this, and they are, they're sitting on the fence. They haven't jumped. It's money, it's time, it's, so
Mhm.
many different things. What would you say to those people? What is your advice?
It's like one thing to try and focus. Because there's just so much. I'm like, I just want to say, just do it. Like,
Yeah.
stop. If you want it, just do it, is really what I want to say. But I know that that's like some people, they need more. So it's honestly, you need to sit down, you need to get quiet and like really quiet. Like, I don't care if it's a bubble bath or a walk in nature, whatever it takes to get quiet and decide what you want and forget about the time, forget about the money, forget about what your husband's going to say or forget what anybody's going to say about it. I actually didn't even tell my husband until after I signed up.
Me too.
I was like, no, if he can go and spend the money on whatever your husband's hobby is, then you can spend the money on you. Um, and just if you're pulled to do it, you need to do it. If you're willing to spend $10,000 on a college degree that you're potentially not using anymore, TIR is something you're going to use for the rest of your life. And that's what allowed me to make the push over the money part. So I guess that's my piece of advice, is to look at what you're actually investing in and know that you are worth every single penny.
Oh,
And the program is worth like 100 times more than what it is.
yeah. And it is the investment that's going to continue to pay back. It's
Right. Well, I'm
that
still
return.
studying now, right? It's going to be forever. So
That's cool. I love what you said too about, I was the same. I told my husband after I joined, and which everyone, you get to make that decision of how you want to do this. This was just our story and our journey. But really, when I told him, I was like, this is for us. It's for our family, and this is a decision. Yes, it's going to propel you in the direction that you want for your business and your life, but the ripple effect that it goes out onto our, like what Mandy just shared about her husband, like
yeah.
it's not just you, it's everything, and it impacts every single person that you come in contact with. And it's like it's so much more than, yeah, it's so much more than a personal development program. Like it's
Oh,
it's
it
a
is.
complete life change. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Definitely.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you, Mandy. It was
Thank
so nice to
you.
chat with you. And I just want to, just tell you congratulations on earning your first of many trips.
Many, many trips,
This is
many,
your,
many goals.
yeah, new normal. All right. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching. And we'll see you next week with another edition of Wednesday Wins.